and welcome. I'm Nichelle Miller, your lead facilitator for Harvest Girl International's All Girls Matter Self-Esteem Academy. If you're brand new here, welcome. If you're returning with us, welcome back. Did you know that we also offer a class that is live every month? Once a month, typically the third Saturday of the month, we offer in-person programming for girls just like you that want to come in for a live class. And did you know that that class is completely different from our online programming? If not, check us out. If you've been to our in-person class, please comment below. Tell us how you liked it. And if you're planning to come to one, let us know which one so that we can be on the lookout for you. I will let you know that each month we offer a special activity, a special gift, and a snack. So it's really awesome if you're able to come join us in person. But if not, we are so glad you're here because we are going to cover a great topic today. So before we get started, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen or pencil, and settle in so we can talk about being a girl boss. All right, y'all. If you are new, I've already said that, huh? If you're new, a girl boss is basically any girl, young lady, young woman, just like you, that is taking control of her future. We are changing the story. We are changing the narrative of everything that's happening to us. It's no longer, this happened to me. It is, I am writing my own story. So I'm changing the page. I'm changing the narrative. I'm in control. I'm a girl boss, right? So I'm in control of what I do, of what I say, of how I act, of how I react. I am enough and I'm important and I'm taking control. So that's what we're here to do today. We are taking control. Today's topic, financial literacy. That can be a scary one. I say it again, girl boss. Financial literacy. What does that even mean? Like, that's a lot of words. So if you think of literacy, we think of, being able to understand or to comprehend. If you think of a person that's literate, typically we refer to reading. So for financial literacy, this is a person that is able to comprehend or understand finances, better known as money. And we all like that, right? Yeah. So today we're just basically talking about money. Easy, right? Maybe. Okay. So financial literacy or money, understanding money, comprehending money is really the way that you take control of your future. As young ladies, you are getting part-time jobs, you are getting allowances, you are now starting to create wealth in a sense because you're earning money. So basically we trade our time for money. That's kind of how we get paid for things. So whether you are doing crafts and selling them, whether you have a lemonade stand and you're selling lemonade, whether you go to work every day after school or just go to work every day part-time, you're creating wealth, you're bringing money in, right? But when that money comes in, then what do we do? That's why financial literacy or understanding money is so important. Because before you know it, if you don't pay attention to what's going on with your money, it's gone and you don't know where it went. Have you ever been somewhere, you had money, like maybe you're going on vacation or you're Christmas shopping or shopping for a gift and you eat lunch and you get a coffee and you do all these things and you're like, where did my money go? I know I have. So with financial literacy, we're going to help you with that a little bit. Okay. Talking about money coming in. We earn money. We trade time, our abilities, or our skills for money. That's how money is earned. That's kind of the exchange. So something for something. No, usually, not except for like grandmas and grandpas sometimes, we don't get money for just doing nothing, right? We have to do something for it. So when we're trading our time, our money, our skills, abilities for money, that's working, earning, that's creating options for us. Because basically when you have money, you have options. Think about having $1 and with that dollar, you want to buy something for lunch, right? Well, maybe $1.50 now, things have changed. So you have the option of, do I want a cheeseburger from McDonald's? Do I want a cheeseburger from Burger King? Do I want to save my $1.50 and go home and make a sandwich? You have options. So when you have money coming in, that income, that earning, that wealth, it creates options. And that's what financial literacy is all about. Having the freedom to do the things you want. There's nothing worse than someone saying, hey, let's go do XYZ. And you can't go because you don't have money, right? You don't have the option. or to be able to even just say no, I don't want to, because you have the option. Having financial control, having control of your money gives you options. It gives you choices, right? And that's what it's all about. How about when tickets go on sale for an event or tickets for a movie, like new movies are coming out, summer's coming, and you want to buy a ticket for a movie. Who wants to wait until, oh, I got to wait till I get paid? Or to be able to say, oh yeah, I've got money, I can buy my ticket now. Options. And options equal freedom. So when you have the money to make choices, to have those options, it gives you freedom because you're not trapped under anyone else's control. Have you ever asked mom, dad, grandma, friend for money because you want to go do something? And have they ever told you no? I know I have. They've told me no. They're not going to give me the money. They'll tell me I can go to the place, okay? But they will not give me the money to go. They took away my freedom. They took away my option. But if you have your own money and you're in control of your own finances, the option's there. The freedom's there. You're not dependent on anyone. You're not asking anyone for anything. Now, with some reason, because we do have to ask our safe adult for things, because that's the way things work when we're ages 9 to 17, like this class is. But it still gives you options. How about if you want to go through the lunch line at school and maybe you were given so much money for your lunch that week or that day, but you decide that day, ooh, I really want to get a snack or I really want to get something extra. When you have your own money, you have those options, right? You have those choices. So think about things that you want to do that require money and think about how nice it would be to kind of decide when you do them. You're in control, you're driving. It's your car, right? Okay. So one of the greatest tools that we have with our financial literacy, understanding money, is to be accountable. How many of you know what that means? To be accountable. Anybody? I'll break it down. So to be accountable is to answer to or to respond to. So when you're accountable for your money, you're keeping track of it. You're being responsible. You're responding to the ins and outs of your money. Okay? So a big piece of being accountable with finances is creating what we call a budget. A budget. And for many adults even, that can be a scary word. Nobody wants to write down what they're spending or write down what they're doing. But think about trying to make a cake with no recipe. Think about trying to drive to Disneyland. So I'm in Indiana personally, but think about trying to drive to Disneyland. Me trying to go to Disneyland, which is in California, from Indiana with no map. Do you think I'll get there? Probably not. So having a budget or being accountable with our money is a map. It's just a map for money. It tells us, okay, when I get my money from my job, my allowance, my chores, selling crafts or lemonade, this is what I'm going to do. It's basically a map or directions, like a recipe of what you're going to do for your money. And it's super simple, super simple. Grab a piece of paper. You should have one already. All you're going to write down, we're going to call it income or paycheck or allowance, whatever. That's money coming in. That's positive. That's money you've got, right? So if I give you $5 for your income, you could write $5. Easy, right? And then any other time you get money, you write that down, income. Now, the hard part, expenses. An expense is something you spend money on. So think of it as expenses out. So money coming in, wealth, paycheck, earnings, that's in, and then expenses are out. So we have two types of expenses that we really need to think about. There are things that we want, and there are things that we need. And you may think, well, Miss Michelle, I need everything I buy. I need those jeans. I need these shoes. But do you need them? Something that you need is something that's going to help you survive. Now, I know. Beyonce tickets are life or death. I get it. But to survive, things that you need. And this is going to, transfer as you get older and go to college and have families and have your own money and your homes and budgets and jobs. Things you need are things you need to survive. For example, a house. You need a roof over your head, right? You need food. You need a car or a bus or an Uber or a friend or a bike. You need a way to get to places. And then when you're in your home, you're going to need things in there. You need water. Can't even flush the toilet with no water. You need water. You need lights. You need your internet, right? And then there's other things that you'll need. Maybe depending on your job, you're going to need a phone, or you just need a phone to talk to people. But do you get a fancy iPhone that's like $1,500? Or do you get a hand-me-down iPhone because it's free? Those are decisions that you get to make because you've got the freedom, right? You have the income. It's your choice. But you have to decide based on your budget, based on your money coming in and your expenses after your needs. So after that house, after your transportation, after your lights, after all the things that you need to survive, your expenses, then what is left that you can actually buy some wants? Now, a lot of things factor into that. So the type of job that you have, some jobs pay a certain amount of money while other jobs may pay more, other jobs may pay less. So you have to decide, and this is a great time to start deciding what kind of lifestyle you want to live. So do you want to have a, fancy, huge home? Or are you okay with sharing a home maybe with friends or staying at home with mom? Those are all decisions that you have to make regarding your finances. So as you get older and as you make these choices and as you look at your budget, those are choices you'll make. So back to our budget plan. So we had our income. That was the $5 I gave you, right? And then expenses. So for this activity, we'll say you're at home. You don't have any expenses. You live with mom. But you need lunch for the week. And lunch is, let's say, $1 a day. I know lunch is not $1 a day, but we'll say lunch is $1 a day. So for 5 days of school or work, you're gonna need $5, right, to buy your lunch. So once you take your income, your $5, minus your $5 expenses, that's what you need to survive, we have no money left. So we can't buy anything cool. We can't buy an iPhone, or we can't buy new jeans, or we can't buy new shoes, but we have a choice. We can either pack our lunch, save some money. We got food in the house, right? Or we can have a way to create more income. How do we do that? So you can either work more hours. Maybe you have a skill. Maybe you are a nail stylist or a hairstylist. You can schedule more clients. Or you can just decide, I'm just not going to spend any money this week. I'll eat what I have at home, or I'll eat what's available. So there's choices that we have to make with our income and our expenses. So we've talked about income and expenses. Those are two categories of money. There's a third category of money, and it's your giving. So each pay or each month, you would kind of decide based on how you wanted to spend your money. You would decide who you were going to give money to. Now, in many cases, for most people, this involves their church giving and their church donations. Other people, it is donating to a cause. Maybe you love animals and you love the Humane Society. So you want to donate a little bit every time you get paid to the Humane Society to help feed the animals. Awesome. So giving is a category that you would want to fit into your budget, right? Because we want to be able to do that every time. And when we give, it makes us feel good. And it's kind of a circle of life. We've talked about this before. When you give to someone else, things typically come back to you, like good things kind of keep coming around. So giving is a category. So we've got our income, we have our expenses, we have our giving. Fourth category, probably most important, is saving. Saving. How many times, especially if you have a part-time job, because I've been there, you get your paycheck from your part-time job and you're like, woohoo, I am rich, and you just go spend it all. And then the next day or 2 days later, either something comes up that you really, really want to do and you don't have money anymore, or maybe you drive a car and you get a flat tire or you need gas, but you have no money. That's why we save money. We save money for a couple of reasons. So you can save money for emergencies, and this is really important. You can save money for something that you want. So maybe you know that you want to go on vacation and you're going to say, okay, I'm going on vacation and I need $1,000. So you would look at how many months until you go on vacation, and then how many paychecks if you're working a part-time job, or how much allowance, or how much whatever. And then you would break down how much money you need to save every time that you get paid so that you were able to do that task or that activity, right? So it's basically thinking backwards. Part of your budget, it's just planning. It's telling your money where to go. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will disappear on its own. Trust me. Okay. Then there's a fifth category of money, and that is investing. What is investing? Investing is kind of a form of savings, but it's putting money into something that's going to have a higher return down the road. So there are many ways that you can invest. There are stocks, there are bonds, there are a lot of different ways, and that's a lesson for another day, but I just wanted to give you the 5 options or the 5 categories that you'll have with your finances that you may have on your budget. So again, income, that's your money coming in. Expenses, that's your money going out. So that can be from your wants or your needs. And remember, needs you have to survive. You can't go without your needs. Wants, I really want that. I really want a new phone, but my old phone still works. Oh, what do I do? Depends on your money, right? Because money gives you options. Okay, so income, expenses, giving. How much are you going to give to others or to someone else or to someone in need, or again, to possibly your church as donations? You're giving. Then there's your saving. Saving is really paying yourself. It's setting money aside, like we talked about, for that emergency, for that flat tire, for that gas for your car, for anything that pops up. Maybe sometimes people lose their jobs. Maybe somebody you know lost their job during COVID and you don't have a paycheck coming in. You're going to need a way to survive and pay for your needs, right? So you need that savings. So we're going to need savings. And then the 5th way is investing. So those are 5 ways that you can take control of your finances. So back to our budget, right? Okay, so we have our income, we have our expenses. What I suggest you do is make a list of all the things you spend money on. And you might want to sit with your parents and just ask them, say, hey, what do you spend money on every month? And they'll tell you like, oh, okay, well, we have rent, or we have a mortgage. We have to pay for somewhere to live. We have groceries. We have to feed everybody. We have to feed you. We have clothing. You need clothes. We have laundry. Either you are doing laundry at your house or you're doing laundry somewhere else. You have to pay for that. You even have to pay for the soap to wash the clothes. Sometimes we don't think about that, especially at mom's house because mom has soap. You need water. You've got to have water for drinking, for washing. Like I said, you have to have water to flush your toilet. You need water. They're paying for that. They pay for the phone bill. You pick up your phone and just dial and text your friends. Imagine if your parents didn't pay that bill. They pay that for you. So that's an expense, right? So you've got your phone bill. Your car, if you have a car, or if you ride the bus, or however you get around, they have to pay for that, right? Excuse me. Internet, cable. Do you watch TV? Or do you watch YouTube or your streaming services? Who's paying for that? Your parents. That's an expense, right? And it's not a need, it's a want. It's a nice to have. So you've got that expense. You have school activities. Are you in any activities at school? Maybe you do a sport. Maybe you do a club. Those things cost money. You need school supplies. That costs money. So all those things are expenses that you have to think about. And as you get older and you're heading off to college or you're heading out into the workplace, those expenses, those monies, those become more of your job to deal with. So you're going to have to really take time to look at the money you have coming in, your expenses, what you're going to save. You've got to save for emergencies. It's fun to save for fun stuff like your vacations, but you have to save for an emergency. You never know what's going to happen. You're giving, and then you're investing. Okay? So if you have made it this far in the video, you are a true girl boss. And this month, there's not a worksheet. So what I want you to do is stop what you're doing right now and send an email. I'm going to put the email address right up here. Send an email with the word income. Send an email with the word income. Also include your name, your shirt size, your address, and your age. And we will mail you something pretty amazing. So if you've made it this long, don't forget to send the email. No worksheet this month, just send an email with that word. Remember the word? Income. Send that email. Make sure you tune in next month. Tell a friend about this video, and I hope that I will see you soon in one of our live classes, because the live classes are so fun and you get a snack. That's pretty cool. Again, I am Nichelle Miller, your lead facilitator for Harvest Girl International's All Girls Matter, Self-Esteem Academy, and Girl Boss. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on financial literacy.